Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. My name is Tanya, also known as Auntie Granny. So, today I wanted to talk about my job. I work in a call center for Proctor Loan Protector. It's the insurance side of a mortgage company. So, I take calls from homeowners who have had property damage and received a claim check from their insurance company. And this claim check also has the name of the mortgage company on the check because the mortgage company still has interest in the property. Right? If something should happen to the homeowner and they are no longer to pay their mortgage or pay the mortgage off, then the mortgage company needs to sell that property in order to recoup their funds, right? Understandable. So if the check is over a certain threshold for certain types of loans, the money will or the check will be deposited into a restricted escrow account, and funds will be dispersed to the homeowner as repairs are being made, and it's also dependent upon the status of the loan at the time of loss. So I can see how this is can be irritating to the homeowner as well as the contractor who are trying to get these repairs done. However, sometimes the funds are held up for being processed by the mortgage company. And again, I can understand the irritation with that. So, but my job is to take these calls and all day long from upset homeowners. And I just wanted to share with you some types of feedback that me and the other what they call lost draft associates receive all day long. Um, I'm not going to say that every single one of my calls or our calls are from angry homeowners or contractors or um, companies that are representing these homeowners and helping them to get their funds processed and back to them so they can complete these repairs. But a great majority of the calls are, and on top of that, the calls are being listened to by quality and then being scored. And I'm working on trying to get a 95 score so that I can work from home for 30 days straight. But somehow these random phone calls that are scored are always the ones where there's a mistake or two. And out of 30 calls per day, especially when I'm trying to work really hard on getting perfect scores, um, out of 30 calls per day, you mean to tell me you chose the one where I forgot to say, oh, I'll be happy to assist you, and now you're going to deduct 10 points from my score? Really? Yeah, okay. I don't know how random that is. However, so these are the type of calls we get. So these examples that I'm about to read off are for an escalation request, meaning the caller requested to speak with the supervisor because they're upset about something. So, actually, I'm going to start from first thing in the morning because I chose to work the 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. until 8 p.m. schedule because I know from working earlier schedules that um, our customers are just cannot wait until the morning so they can give us a call and give us a piece of their mind, right? So here is, let's see, 8 a.m. 8:37 a.m. Nope. Didn't start yet. Okay, here we go. 9:25 a.m. Escalation. Homeowner John Doe requests to speak with supervisor because the initial check has not been sent. We received the check and the adjuster's report on February the 13th, and it was deposited on February the 18th, but no update yet. Can I call the escalation team? So why has there not been an update? I didn't pull, I'm not going to go in and pull this one up and see what is missing. Or maybe I should. Let me pull this up. And then also, I just want to say, if you are applying for like a call center or a customer rep position, and for me, for example, when I went through training, we did mock calls. The mock calls we did are nothing like the real calls that we get. So just be prepared to speak with a lot of angry people throughout the day. Here we go. What's going on? Now I cannot. Let's see. I'm glad I opened this up this early in the morning because I hate having to go through all of this before I start work. It's not letting me sign on. Okay, there we go. So back to Mr. who want to speak with the supervisor because the initial check has not been sent. And I go in, and this is what I would do. He'd call and say, hey, I sent in my check a long time ago and I haven't gotten anything back. What's going on? So the first thing I'm going to go over here and do is check out the letters that have been sent regarding missing documentation. This one says, we're returning the check. This missing docs letter that was sent back in January. We're returning the check due to missing endorsement on the claim check, meaning the homeowner did not sign the check before sending it in. We tell them you must sign that check before sending it in because if it has to be deposited and processed, it needs to be endorsed by you. If not, we're going to hold it for up to 10 business days and then send it back to you for your endorsement, and then you have to send it back. But because you decided, I'm not about to endorse this check and send it in to you, and then you endorse it and send it back to me, what if it gets lost? What if this, that, and the other? What if somebody gets it? I mean, what is the chance of that? Yeah, it could happen. Anything could happen. But now, you have not signed this check. It's going to be held. 10 business days is 2 weeks. So it's going to be held up for another 2 weeks before it's sent back to you for you to send it back to us. This is like a month of not repairing the property because the homeowner refused to follow the process. One of the things that I have learned, and I'm happy to say when we get calls like this, like, well, why haven't you done this? And why should I do this? Because when you sign that mortgage agreement, that's what you agreed to. But I'm sure you did not read the whole mortgage agreement. Oh, well. So go to the communication history. Let me go up here to the claim documents. That check was sent in back in January. It wasn't endorsed, so it had to be sent back to them. This was January the 6th. It was sent in. So we held it, sent it back to them. They finally endorsed it and sent it back in to us the second week of February. So um, they're also told, the homeowners, callers, whatever, they're also told that when we receive the check and the other necessary documents, it's 8 to 10 business days for processing their disbursement check. Well, February the 13th, well, actually it was uploaded to the claim file on February the 14th. 10 business days will be this Friday the 28th. So we're still within time frames for processing your first disbursement. But you're upset because your first disbursement has not been mailed out to you yet. Well, this could have been taken care of back in January had you done what we asked you to do in the first place. I mean, things like this all day long. And then these people are not only just like, oh man, I messed up. It's always our fault. It's always somebody else's fault. I wanted to get to one. I saw some bold, all caps from the agent who was requesting to speak with leadership or an escalation request. And then she says she copied and pasted some of her notes, and it says, fuck this house. Your policy means shit to me. State and local laws matter over here. You can't just take someone's money and be like, oh, cause $40,000 are in, and have policy says we're gonna hold it until you repair it. How am I supposed to repair the house when you guys are holding the money? I even sent photos in. I even sent another sworn affidavit in, and it's notarized. Sure, let me go bitch him out too. What? We didn't ask you to send photos. When your claim check and claim here is going through the monitor process, we send out an inspector to inspect the repairs that are being completed. And if you're completing the repairs, then more funds will be released to you. I mean, that's just how it goes. Let's see here. Escalation. Request to speak with the supervisor to make sure the check will be expedited. Some of these callers feel like they are the only ones on the planet right now who have property damage, and that their check is sitting on someone's desk waiting for a hand signature. That's not how it works, people. That's not how it works. This is a mortgage company with hundreds of thousands of clients, right? And how many disasters do we have in a week these days, spanning across states? So the mortgage company is processing, and the insurance companies are processing hundreds of thousands of property damage claims per week. But let's see, escalation. Tried to de-escalate 3 times, and she kept asking for a supervisor. She is upset because the inspection company has not called her back, and she needs an inspection. Inspection requested last Monday. I bet you if I went into the inspection module, I'm almost sure it'll say they reached out to this person, the 3 times they're supposed to. It usually works like that. Sometimes they don't. they are supposed to, but 9 times out of 10 the inspection company has reached out, could not get a hold of the person, and left a voicemail message if they could. um Homeowner needing escalations. All documents on file. However, we're still asking for the adjuster's report. We received 2 adjusters' report that explained. However, the docs are being titled different, like settlement and prior payment. An insurance letter received, so maybe asking more docs needed when everything is explained into adjuster's report. Okay, so this one here falls on like the processor. If we actually have the documents that we need for the processor to process this claim check, um, you know, then that's on the processor. But we in the call center take the brunt of those calls for something that is not being done by someone else. Escalations requests. Let's see. Escalation request. Homeowner is stating he's a lawyer and he doesn't want to rebuild the property, neither wants to make a payoff, and is requesting to complete funds be released to him, not willing to listen or received any rep assistance. Excuse me. Let me go over to this chat. Let's see. It's a different chat. Customer refuses to get off the line for escalations. Already sent email to leadership. I have this homeowner who is asking for a supervisor because I let him know there are notes on his communication history stating that there is a missing contractor's proposal, and he was told that we have everything on file when he spoke to a supervisor last week. Yeah, all right. People hear what they want to hear. Let's see. Let me find another one. I have a homeowner asking for a supervisor because he can't work the portal. I sent him the email, but he is saying that the account is already used. He is not listening to the instructions I am giving him. Can I escalate? All day. All day. So anyway. May I escalate? A homeowner is upset because he was told his check was supposed to be endorsed and sent back, but his claim is actually being monitored, meaning again the claim check is going to be deposited into a restricted escrow account. Calling to speak with a supervisor right away. She is refusing to provide me any details besides the name and phone number. Besides that, nothing. Only last week she requested a call back from a supervisor, but no one's called back, so she wants to speak with the supervisor right away. Borrower, homeowner not willing to listen and not allowing me to talk. This is a different one. He requests to speak with the supervisor. I mean, we get all day, every day. I don't want to speak with you. I want to speak with a supervisor. Supervisors are really going to tell them the same thing, but you know, it is what it is. So my time is up. I got to get ready for work. I do a lot of things before I start work. I'm so happy with my new schedule. But I hope you have a gravy day. Again, my name is Tanya. also known as Auntie Granny. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love.